Stuart in Magnolia, Delaware. Hey, Stuart, what's up?
How you doing, Tom? I listen to you all the time. It's the first time I've ever called in, but I kind of got struck with a nerve on the topic of police brutality.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to talk about 3 weeks ago, I was in a situation where I was at a mall just outside of Baltimore, and I witnessed a police officer who put a teenage girl in a chokehold, picked her up, slammed her face into the ground, put his knee in her back, and handcuffed her on a presence that she had done something. I let the police officer know that was unnecessary, that was somebody's child, and he was being excessive. The guy cussed at me repeatedly, telling me that I had to leave the mall and that I wasn't there. And I told him I know my rights. I just bought lunch here. I was going to get something else for my daughter, and that I was going to watch. And the guy repeatedly told me in language that I had to leave the mall, along with a security officer who was, swearing at me at the same time, telling me that they don't want me here, I got to leave. And then the guy told me, he kept telling me to shut the F up. And I said, no, I'm not going to. You're not going to just, you can't silence me for what I seen, what you did. And he said, I'm going to arrest you. He arrested me, and he actually hit me upside the head and put me in a chokehold and threw me down. Now, I'm an engineer. I'm in the upper middle class. I'm African American, and I just feel that this is just gone awry. This is just crazy. And
right.
Also, when he took me to jail, I have carpal tunnel, so he handcuffed me, left me in the back of a car for almost 35 minutes, not taking me into the jail because he said I didn't shut him, so I'm going to arrest him because he's got authority. And now I have a little bit of carpal tunnel, and I just think that if it happens to me, someone who has done the right things, I pay my taxes, I help other people, and if it happens to me, it's going to happen to anybody, and they think they can get away with it. I just think it's not right.
Yeah, this is the response to the people who say it's a class issue, not a race issue. No, I'm sorry, it's a race issue. There are class issues as well we have in this country, but you're not seeing an epidemic of poor white people being shot by cops in West Virginia, for example.
Yes.
So, yeah. Stuart, thank you for sharing the story. Was the young girl who had been body slammed, she was also African American?
Yes, she was. And the crazy thing, or the thing that's just most disturbing, was the girl's mother was in the mall, and she asked the cop that he arrested me, he asked her, why does my daughter have a knot upside her head? And he replied to her, I don't know.
After he had beaten her?
Yes, as he had slammed her face into the floor.
Whoa.
And when the mother asked him, this guy said, I don't know. And I'm like, are you serious? Then he told me to shut up again.
As white cops?
White cops. And so was the security. So it was a situation where you've seen that.
Did you, Stuart, as an upper middle class African American man, did it occur to you that you might be taking your life into your hands? You obviously took your own freedom into your hands, and you lost your freedom. You lost your safety. You were injured. Did it occur to you that you might even be taking your life into your hands by talking back to a police officer that way?
Well, at that point I did, because my wife, when I explained to her, she was really upset at me, like, you know what's going on. But I come from a military. I had uncles and dads who served in Vietnam, Korean War. My son is now he's in the Navy. I have friends that are police officers from school. So even in town I grew up in California. I knew the cops. They were on the beat. There were some of my friends. I went to school with them. So I'm comfortable with speaking to cops. At one point I never swore at the cop at anything.
Right.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken after the guy hit me upside my head. I'm like, it could have been one of those, I'm grabbing for your gun kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't move.
Yeah. This is it's like, Eric Holder and President Obama have told stories, not exactly like yours, but, of people locking their doors as they walk by and women grabbing their purses and blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. The stories of basically you're talking about the reverse of white privilege. The cops were enjoying white privilege. We've got a police culture problem in this country that we've got to do something about. Stuart, thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thanks a lot for calling in. It's disturbing.